So we have an absolutely nuts story that I'm going to cover in this video from Matt Walsh. This story is absolutely insane. Matt Walsh talks about it. Matt Walsh obviously goes in on it. But this story is like, on one end, it's hilarious. On another end, it's hilarious just because of how ridiculous the world is becoming, the United States and the Western world is becoming. But on the other end, it's also very sad. We basically have slavery returning to the United States, and it's once again ushered in by the left, by the Democrats. So let's check out what Matt Walsh has to say here in this clip. We're obviously not going to watch an hour of this, but I do have it time stamped out to where we can watch the parts that actually pertain to this insane story that we're going to talk about in this video. Let's check out what Matt Walsh has to say about this.
/Walsh. Okay, you may remember about 6 months ago when the governor of Massachusetts asked residents to house illegal migrants in their homes. And if you don't remember that, well, here it is again.
Governor Maura Healey declaring a state of emergency due to emergency shelters there reaching capacity with migrants. Officials say there are almost 5,600 families and over 20,000 individuals in Bay State shelters. This is 80% higher than this time last year. Governor Healey's administration is now asking Massachusetts residents to help with the crisis.
If you have an extra room or suite in your home, please consider hosting a family. Safe housing and shelter is our most pressing need. Become a sponsor family. You can contact the Brazilian Worker Center for more information on how you can step up if you're willing to have an additional family be part of your family.
In the governor's letter to the federal government on Tuesday, she stated that the crisis is currently costing the state of Massachusetts $45 million per month on programs to assist the families.
So that's a government official requesting that citizens personally house illegal migrants in their home. You'll notice that this request is never made for our own homeless in this country. You don't hear governors suggesting that you go down the street and go down to the street corner and invite a homeless guy to come live with you. Because if we're going that direction, you would think that would be our first priority, or the homeless people who are actual American citizens. But they don't ask you to do that for really the simple reason that they know that it would be very dangerous. Bringing a homeless guy into your home could have disastrous results for you, your family, your home. And in fact, it's like almost certain to have disastrous results. And the government official who encouraged that behavior would be blamed for it, and they wouldn't have a lot of political cover to shield them from the blame. Now, bringing in homeless...
It's also very insulting to think that we're that stupid. I mean, obviously, some people out there are that stupid because of what I'm about to show you in 1 second, or what Matt Walsh is going to show you in 1 second. Some people are that stupid. But it's insulting that someone would actually ask you to just bring in homeless people into your home. Like, out of the kindness of your own heart. You know, you worked hard, understand you actually work a job, you know, you've earned this money to purchase this home or to rent this home or whatever the case is. Hey, but please, you know, we're letting these people inside of our country in droves, and we didn't really think of a plan to actually house them. So would you just be a doll and just let them sleep in your house for at least a few nights? It's just so ridiculous that that's a real request coming from a government official. Anyway, let's get back to Matt Walsh here.
Immigrants into your home. That is just as dangerous, but government officials know that they'll be protected by the media when things go south. So if some citizen decides to house a migrant and then the migrant kills or rapes that person or destroys the house or all of the above, the media will try its best to ignore it or hide the fact that the assailant was a migrant, whatever they can do. So you know that you have some cover there, and I think that's the reason why you're getting this suggestion for this crisis and not the homeless crisis. And so the suggestion was made, and now it appears that some residents of the state have actually taken the governor up on this suggestion. Watch.
Story you'll only see here on NBC 10 Boston.
By the way, if you've been halfway zoned out while watching this video, it's time to pay attention, because this is where stuff gets actually crazy. And like I said, on one hand, it's hilarious. On another hand, it's kind of sad, but we basically have slavery returning because of what these government officials are asking people to do. So if you were kind of halfway zoned out, now is the time to actually just pay attention to what's about to pop up on your screen right here.
A migrant family from Haiti is sharing their experience. They're searching for shelter in the Boston area and then recently found a host home in Brookline. And now they're looking for jobs. As NBC 10's Aaron Logan reports, they say these last few weeks have been life-changing.
And it's been an emotional few weeks for Wildande Joseph and her husband. First, sleeping on the floor at Logan Airport, then in Children's Hospital with their 2-year-old daughter who got very sick. She felt bad, as any mother would. Now things are looking much brighter as they've been welcomed into Lisa Hillenbrand's Brookline apartment.
Tu niña es muy alegre ahora?
Sí, muy alegre. Cuando se levanta En la mañana, se dice, ay, Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
She says her daughter is very happy. When she wakes up in the morning, she says, hi, Lisa, and everyone starts the day smiling.
It's a delight, and it's really fun having them. What I realized is there's so much prejudice against refugees, mostly because people don't know them.
Lisa says she feels like she has her own personal chef, as Wildande loves cooking.
¿Te gusta la ocupación?
Did you hear what was just said? She feels like she has her own personal chef because Wadande, or whatever her name is, I think it was Wadande, likes cooking so much.
In fact, her goal is to open up her own restaurant.
Okay, now, in theory, you want to at least give this host couple some credit for being charitable and, living according to their own convictions. But I can't help but notice that bit at the end there about it's like having a personal chef. Like, imagine that. A personal chef who works for free. And I bet she cleans too, doesn't she? So you got a chef and a maid in the house for free. You don't have to pay her. Now,
we should get a couple more to do the yard work, huh? Maybe get some males in there to really, so that they can actually mow the grass and maybe pick some. Never mind.
I can't speak to the motivations of these people. This nice liberal white woman, it says it's been quite lovely. Oh, it's lovely. All those people are so prejudiced against migrants. Not us. We're better than them. We brought in this family. The young woman cooks and cleans for us. We didn't ask her to. She just does. Now, so I don't know. I can't see inside their hearts. I don't know what their motivation is. But I do know that when you encourage people to just go down to the bus stop or the airport terminal or wherever and bring illegals into their homes, you're basically inviting them to go shopping for servants and slaves. You're inviting them to bring slave labor into their house, which is what apparently is happening here. Or what you might, or it seems as though that might be where it's headed in that particular case. So this system is dangerous for everybody involved, if you can even call it a system. The chances of these migrant families being exploited and basically forced into slave labor is quite high. And at the same time, the chances of Americans who are opening up their homes, the chances that they will be taken advantage of or robbed or assaulted or killed, also quite significant. So this is a disaster waiting to happen on every level, going in both directions, and everybody knows it. Enough people do this, and it's just it will be only a few days until we hear the first story of something terrible happening to somebody on either side of this. And by the way, another thought that I'm sure that this nice white liberal woman has not considered is, what do you do when the migrants turn out to be somewhat unpleasant roommates? Okay, what do you do when you decide you don't want them in your house anymore? How do you make them leave? Can you make them leave? How do you evict them? Yeah, the governor is saying, well, yeah, bring the illegal migrants into your home. Well, can you go when it goes badly and you want to get them out of your home? Can you go to the governor then and say, hey, can you help get these people out? I mean, this is your suggestion. Can you help me out here? I don't think she's going to be much help with that. So how do you force them out? Can you call the cops and have the cops drag them out? Will the cops do that in Massachusetts? Or are you now legally basically a landlord and you have to go through the whole onerous court process of forcing a tenant out of your home? A process that landlords, especially landlords in states like Massachusetts, will be the first to tell you is extremely difficult. It takes months, it takes thousands of dollars, and it may not even prove successful in the end. So is that how it's going to work?
Yeah, obviously, it's just a nightmare situation all around. And like I was saying earlier, it's an insult to people like me. It's an insult to people like you probably watching this video to even ask people to bring illegal immigrants into their homes. But, if you are someone who actually does it, and then you're also bragging about how you're basically getting free labor out of these immigrants, then, when something goes wrong, it's kind of on you. You can't blame it. I mean, I guess legally, we can blame it on the people who told us to bring them in. But if you're stupid enough to do it, then you're going to have to be stupid enough to deal with the consequences. So let me know in the comments what you think about what Matt Walsh brought to everyone's attention in this video with these, these immigrants going into people's homes and, getting housed for free, but also giving these people free labor. It's pretty wild, man. I guess history is repeating itself once again. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole Matt Walsh clip. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I hope to see you on the next one.